What if the world's two biggest economies, America and China, no longer controlled the global stage? Who would step up? Who has the power, vision, and momentum to dominate the economic world order next? In this video, we explore 10 powerful nations quietly but confidently building their way into economic leadership. With bold innovation, massive resource shifts, and strategic global partnerships, these countries are ready to lead the world. Stay with us to the end for a surprising entry that's rewriting global rules. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the rise and fall of global empires. Number 10. Poland. Poland is becoming the economic engine of Central and Eastern Europe. With a well-educated workforce, stable governance, and integration into European markets, Poland is attracting major investments in tech, manufacturing, and green energy. Its digital transformation and infrastructure modernization programs are reshaping cities like Warsaw and Krakow into European innovation centers. As tensions reshape Europe's geopolitical map, Poland's strategic importance is rising. With increasing leadership in EU policy and regional defense, Poland is setting itself up to play a major global economic role by 2030. Number 9. Egypt. Egypt is quietly emerging as a bridge between Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. Its strategic control of the Suez Canal gives it outsized importance in global trade. Major investments in infrastructure, energy, and logistics are transforming Egypt into a trade and transport hub. Cairo's booming population and expanding consumer base are attracting global investors, while new economic zones and industrial parks are increasing competitiveness. Egypt's leadership in regional diplomacy and growing tech sector make it a future-ready economy that could rise faster than many anticipate. Number 8. Mexico. Mexico's economic future is tightly woven with North America's restructuring of trade. With its manufacturing base, proximity to the U.S., and growing export potential, Mexico is becoming a central node in new global supply chains. Automotive, aerospace, and electronic sectors are booming, while domestic consumption continues to rise. Trade reforms and regional cooperation under agreements like USMCA are strengthening Mexico's global economic footprint. Combined with its growing tech ecosystems in cities like Guadalajara, Mexico is no longer just a neighbor of giants, it is becoming a giant in its own right. Number 7. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is undergoing a historic economic transformation. Under its Vision 2030 strategy, the kingdom is moving away from oil dependency and investing in tourism, technology, entertainment, and sustainable energy. Cities like Neom represent bold bets on a high-tech, post-oil future. With its massive sovereign wealth fund and ambitious development projects, Saudi Arabia is reshaping not only its own economy but also its position in global finance and innovation. Its growing influence in trade, sports, and diplomacy could make it a global economic leader in ways few imagined just a decade ago. Number 6. Vietnam. Vietnam is quickly becoming Asia's most dynamic economic surprise. Known for its resilience, hard-working population, and strategic location, Vietnam has become a favorite alternative to China in global manufacturing. Its disciplined labor force, business-friendly reforms, and expanding trade agreements have positioned it as a new hub for electronics, textiles, and machinery exports. Cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are buzzing with investment and innovation. With strong ties to both Western and Asian economies, Vietnam is bridging global divides and positioning itself as a major force in global commerce. Number 5. Nigeria. Nigeria's story is one of potential meeting resilience. As Africa's largest economy, Nigeria is moving from a dependency on oil exports to a broader, more innovative base that includes fintech, entertainment, agriculture, and telecommunications. Lagos has become one of the continent's startup capitals, attracting global attention for its youthful energy and digital solutions. Nigeria's deep cultural influence across Africa and its increasing diplomatic engagements are laying the foundation for stronger international trade ties. With focused leadership and investment in education and energy, Nigeria could become not just a regional power but a global economic player by 2030. Number 4. Turkey. Turkey sits at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, both geographically and economically. Over the past decade, Ankara has transformed its industrial base, expanded defense and aerospace sectors, and invested heavily in infrastructure. Turkish companies are reaching into markets across Africa, Central Asia, and Europe. Its growing influence in regional politics and trade negotiations reflects a nation no longer content with being a middle power. Turkey's push toward technological sovereignty, digital transformation, and regional dominance could see it become one of the unexpected kings of the global economy by 2030. Number 3. Indonesia. Indonesia is the quiet giant of Southeast Asia. With an enormous and youthful population, abundant natural resources, and growing political stability, Indonesia is beginning to capture serious attention. Jakarta's efforts to modernize its infrastructure, improve education, and attract foreign investment have started to pay dividends. As global corporations look for alternatives to Chinese manufacturing, Indonesia's low-cost labor and expanding tech scene make it an attractive destination. Indonesia's strategic maritime location also makes it essential in Asia-Pacific trade. With strong partnerships across Asia and the Middle East, Indonesia is emerging as a central pillar in the next era of global economic leadership. Number 2. Brazil. Brazil's vast natural wealth, combined with a strengthening focus on green energy and sustainable development, is positioning it as a future economic leader. As the world shifts toward clean energy and ecological responsibility, Brazil's investment in biofuels, hydropower, and agricultural technology could turn it into a global green powerhouse. Its food exports feed much of the planet, and its domestic market is growing rapidly thanks to a rising middle class. With increasing integration into Latin American and African trade blocs and emerging digital innovation hubs in cities like São Paulo, Brazil is aligning itself as a pivotal economic force in a rebalanced global order. Number 1. India. India's economic rise is not just about its growing population or tech hubs, it's about a fundamental shift in ambition, infrastructure, and geopolitical clout. With its thriving software industry, surging startup culture, and robust digital finance platforms, India is setting the stage for sustained growth. Reforms in taxation, labor, and manufacturing have begun transforming it into a competitive alternative to China in global supply chains. Its educated English-speaking workforce, a powerful democratic framework, and a younger population are all aligning to push it toward the economic throne. India's expanding trade routes, deepening ties with Western economies, and assertive foreign policy are propelling it toward global economic leadership by 2030. The global economy is no longer a two-player game. As the world moves toward new energy sources, digital revolutions, and geopolitical realignments, these 10 nations are proving they have what it takes to step up. They're not just waiting in the shadows of the US and China, they're carving out bold, independent futures. Which country do you think has the best chance to lead the world by 2030? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're passionate about uncovering tomorrow's superpowers today, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share it with fellow global watchers. The future is shifting, don't blink, or you might miss the next giant rise.